You think you joined the wrong brokerage. Maybe you didn't do enough research beforehand, or maybe you did and you were promised things that you never ended up getting. Maybe you only spoke to the recruiter before you joined and they made it seem like you were going to be joining a family and get a ton of support and resources and checklists and all that, and then you showed up to the office and there was none of that. Or maybe you joined a team and now that you're doing deals, you no longer want to be in that team or in that brokerage because you have outgrown them. Before you switch brokerages, I would suggest that you ask yourself, is it me or is it them? But honestly, try to take an unbiased look at this. Is there something that you can change? Is this something that you can fix? Have you plugged in enough? Have you asked for help? If your brokerage or your team is offering trainings, have you applied them? How consistent have you been with your actions in lead gen? Does your brokerage offer a specific mentor or a specific team lead? Whoever it is, have you been asking that person or the appropriate person for help? A scary stat that you may already know is only 1 out of every 10 agents make it. 1 out of every 10. Truly, are you doing what it takes that the other 9 agents are not? In this business, as you probably know by now, you have to be a self-starter. You have to do before you even learn fully. You have to have a calendar set up and stick to your appointments. You have to be your own boss because no one is here to save you. Some other questions to ask yourself before you end up switching brokerages. Have you been working at this full-time, truly full-time hours? And as you are answering that question, are you telling yourself an excuse? Before immediately jumping ship to the next brokerage, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes it is, which I'll explain that in a bit. But before you end up just switching brokerages, the last thing I'm sure you want to do is make the same mistake by rushing into another brokerage. So before you do that, you need to know exactly what kind of support you are looking for in your next community. And before you even know what kind of support you need to know what exactly your goals are. How much money are you looking to make? How many closings do you want to do? What type of lead gen do you like? Therefore, what type of community are you going to be joining that will help you with that lead gen to help you close the amount of deals you want to close and make the amount of money that you want to make? As you probably know by now also, it's not always just about the splits. You may have joined crew, community, agent, team, brokerage, whatever, that was offering you 100% splits, only for you to realize that finding leads is hard. 100% of no commission is $0. But maybe if you had joined a team that was supportive and helped you get a good amount of closings under your belt, maybe you would have made significantly more money if you were given good quality leads, even if you paid 50%, because 50% of a commission check times 10, 20 closings a year is a lot more than making $0 but getting 100% commission. So aside from just splits and finances, ask yourself about what type of culture you are looking for. Who do you want to surround yourself with every day? And by surround yourself, I don't mean physically in person. You don't have to go to an office nowadays. In fact, I think that's pretty old school. But virtually, who do you want to be around every single day? How much money do you want to make every single year? With your current splits, is that possible? Can you negotiate a better split with the brokerage that you're currently at? Do you need in person, or are you okay with being 100% virtual? Would you want a mixture of both, which is what we currently have? I want you to answer all of the questions that I just mentioned before you even start interviewing around. I personally interviewed 13 different brokerages before I decided to choose one, and I'm glad that I spent as much time doing that as I did because I haven't felt the need to switch brokerages ever. I joined the right one almost 4 years ago. I picked the crew within EXP that I liked because everyone in that community was still in the business, still in production. They were all investors first. A lot of them are military background. And by military background, I mean they have checklists and discipline and processes, and everything was just like this, instead of just like a vague like feeling and just like, so I just liked the way that they did business, and they were all making hella more money than I was making at the time. So if I was going to be asking people for help, I want to ask those that I can actually learn from that are already doing what I want to do. It was a no-brainer. Every single person in my EXP family tree or upline is an icon agent. They do a ton of business every year. They all make at least $300,000, and they showed me how to make 120 my first 8 months in the business as a part-time agent. Was it hard? Yes, I was working 2 full-time jobs basically, but I did a lot of research before I picked. They had the checklist to help me get there, and I knew that all I needed was a checklist. I'm not the type that's like, gimme, or like, I need to have a phone call before I call this client. Like, just give me the checklist of what to do, what to say. I will fill in the rest. And that's exactly the type of person that succeeds in the community that we have. They held trainings online. I made sure that if I couldn't attend them live, that I would watch the recording and not just watch it, but I would implement. Whatever I learned, I would implement within the hour. I wouldn't wait. And I think that's a metric for success of what I see in other agents too. How short is the gap of what they learn to when they implement? If it's immediate, they have a much higher chance of success and making a lot of money in this business. When I first joined, it was virtual only because they were mainly in North Carolina and I was across the country in Tucson, Arizona. But now with all of the changes that EXP and our specific community within the EXP umbrella, with all the changes, you can now have the best of both worlds where you can have an in-person team presence and be part of our community. So if you want to be assigned to a team, reach out to me. There are 2 ways to get in contact. One is to apply immediately with the link below. Once you have applied and switch brokerages, let me know that you've done that. I'll be able to see it on my organizational chart, but it may take 1 to 2 business days. So just reach out to me and tell me that you want to be plugged in with a local team. That way, you're going to have the best of both worlds. So the local team to help you with your local MLS, your regulation. If you haven't done that many transactions, you're going to be partnered with that team leader who will help you with everything you need in person. It's best if you're doing this full time. Also, along with that, you're going to have access to me, Shelby, Ruben, Micah, everyone in the family tree within our community at EXP. We're all icon agents. That's my little icon plaque over here. So we all do a ton of transactions and we're here to help. We are here to help you build your business while the local team will be able to help you with leads, answering questions, scripts, stuff like that. The other link in the description below is to book a call with me first. If you still have questions at the end of this video, go ahead and book a call whenever you want. That link will take you to my calendar. So just book a call whenever you see availability is when I'm free. But even if you don't join me at EXP, please do the following. Before you switch brokerages, number 1 is download your CRM. If you are using your current brokerage's CRM, it's likely that you will not be able to take that with you to the next brokerage. Number 2 is reread your ICA or your independent contractor agreement. Chances are you may not have read it since before you even joined, if you even read it at that point. So the point of that is make sure, can you legally take your clients? A lot of times you will not be able to. Just make sure that you're staying within the ICA because I see a lot of petty real estate agents, team leaders, brokerage owners that will come after you and sue you if you take your clients with you. Number 3 is try to leave on good terms, especially if you're not moving across the country. If you're still going to be selling real estate within the same city or town or village, chances are you're going to be running into and having transactions with that brokerage that you're leaving at some point in the future. So you want to make sure that you're on good terms. After all, the real estate agent world that actually does transactions is very small. Number 4 is download any important emails from your brokerage email. Download that, save it into a file, save it onto your desktop, whatever it is that you think that you may need, save it. Number 5 is create another email in case you don't already have a separate real estate email that is not your brokerage's. Create one, because as soon as you tell them that you are leaving, you will be cut off from everything, from your CRM, from leads, from your email, from any portal. So make sure you save everything before you tell them. And if you have already capped, if you're at a brokerage and you're already at 100% commission, save the proof of that again before you tell your old brokerage that you're leaving, because new brokerages such as EXP, they will honor that cap. You just have to show proof. Hey, I've done transactions. I do work. So here's proof that I've already at 100% commission with my current brokerage, and the new brokerage will honor you and you will automatically, for the most part, automatically get 100% compensation and commission in the brokerage that you're moving to. Not all brokerages allow this, but I know that EXP does. If and when you decide to join me at Exp Realty and you're naming me, Alexandra Garced, as your sponsor, that means you will be given access to to everything of what I offer. You'll also have access to everyone in the family tree for free. You can ask any of us for help. We have trainings. We have a lot of recorded trainings. We have a lot of live trainings every single week, almost every day of the week, on top of the 50 to 60 hours of EXP's training that they hold worldwide. We have an onboarding system that helped me make $120,000 my first year. It helped me make over $200,000 my second year, and it's helping me make over $300,000 my third year. So if you plug in, you will make money. I know, I can tell you that for a fact. I look forward to seeing you join my organization, or if you want to have that one-on-one call first, I look forward to seeing you on the Zoom call.